But yeah, so the power of the bike made is very good. You know, it's a lot of bike to handle. It's not that impressive in stock form. I'm going to be completely honest. These bikes, depends on whose dyno, put down 180 to 200 horse at the tire, which is a lot of power, trust me. But my completely bone stock 2016 BMW S1000, same CCs, no supercharger obviously, put down 184 horse on a very stingy dyno, as we would call it, or honest, and that was great power. So for the H2 not to put down that much more power and be quite a bit heavier, all these S1000 as a pirate would say it, fanboys would say S1000's a better bike. Well, better bike for what? You know, I mean, the S1000, I own two of them. I own a 14 model track bike, the 16 model for a road bike. I own the single R, which is the same chassis. I am in love with those bikes, but they are not as easily modifiable as the Ninja H2 to make more power, because the bike was not born with forced induction, was not born with a supercharger. So it's not going to make quite as much power, and even though there's a weight deficit there, this bike's a little bit heavier, obviously. There's just more to be had with the Ninja coming with a supercharger, which is to be expected. So this bike will have future modifications. You know, I got pretty cocky with the Eben last video about him having to step up his game. We went, you know, title for title there, I guess as you would say, in our engagement of multiple smackdowns with H2 versus H2 versus turbocharged Hayabusa, which just mopped the floor with us. But this bike has technology, you know, it really does. It has heart, it has great suspension, great Brembo M50 brakes, great electronics. It's just a lot different bike than, you know, sticking a turbo on a Pro Sport Cruiser ZX14 Hayabusa. I'm getting off subject. Steve, stay on subject. So, what I was saying, S1000, there's two R's in there. When you do a pirate R, there's two R's. So, just so you know, I'm not getting that confused with my S1000R, which is the naked version. 160 horse, great electronics, great comfortable bike to ride. Feels good, not bad. But oh wow, this guy's going really slow. Okay, I'm gonna pass him nice and easy in case he sees something I don't. Sorta nice and easy. At least I use my turn signals. But the S1000 is an amazing bike. It's hard for me to choose which bike I like more, because there's such different bikes and they have different riding characteristics. I definitely love the S1000 through the corners more than this bike. This bike isn't bad. I lowered it 1 inch, so it kind of takes away from the little bit of flickability. It still has factory heavy cast wheels on it. I didn't go carbon fiber with it yet, because I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with the length of the bike and the swing arm yet, so I don't want to waste the money on the carbon fiber wheels, the BSTs. But yeah, the S1000 is an amazing bike. I mean, I have a lot of love for it. It's a very special bike. This bike wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for the S1000. 2010, they came out with years before that of development, and BMW just long-dicked everybody in the leader bike super sport class. And you gotta appreciate that. As I was younger, I was like, oh man, I could never afford a BMW motorcycle. You know, just such high rent German precision, you know, in a great way. Scalpel, right? But everybody wants to compare the H2 to the RR, because stock to stock, 15 and newer, second gen RR, equal weight riders, equal skill riders. I believe they will beat H2. I mean, I raced one with mine with only aero exhaust with no tune, with a lighter rider, and he was on its stock 2016 H2, and I laid waste to him. I rode right around him, which I was pretty excited about, but that's, I guess, to be expected with power to weight ratio. And it was a good rider too, which, by the way, after he rode with a bunch of the guys with modified H2s, he got a hold of Brock's immediately and got his kit coming, so my BMW won't be touching that H2 anymore. But oh, no brights yet. I need all the brights I can get out here. There's no street lights around here where I live, and lots of deer, so maybe if you're lucky you'll see a deer when I don't. If you see one, let me know. Scream, save deer. Yeah, won't do any good by the time anybody ever sees this video. So yeah, this is definitely what I needed. Worked really hard day today, which some days are better than others, but I got a lot done. I was very happy with the work I was able to produce. I'm a one-man army. I work by myself. Now this audio might not sound so good because this road's pretty bumpy. Can't wait. This weekend's going to be a very special weekend. I'm cramming a lot of stuff into a weekend going to Cleveland, Ohio area. We're doing something very special. So I am a fan of going and doing track days now. Since last year, I bought a fairly cheap 2014 BMW S1000 R, and yeah, I just growled that one because that bike's really pissed. And I bought it for a drag bike. I'm a drag racer. I drag race cars. I street race. I love going fast in a very short distance. And I was like, everybody's telling me to do this whole road racing thing. I'm like, you know what, that sounds like a lot of fun. Let me give it a try. Threw some tape over some lights and threw some better tires on the bike. Excuse me. And lo and behold, I'm hooked. Just like everybody said I would be. Such a great thing to do if you ever get the chance. Get the gear you should be wearing on the road anyway. If you're an aggressive rider, even if you're not, just safer. And I really enjoy road racing. Sucks I don't have a track closer to me. I've done Gingerman 3 times now, done Mid-Ohio, and next week I am going to Grattan for my very first stint over there on a very technical short course. So what I'm getting at is the BMW was a great stepping stone. Leave the thing in rain mode. It has the horsepower of a 600 series bike. It's still a lot of bike to handle. It's still very hard to change direction compared to smaller, more nimble 600 or middle weight class bikes. So we are working on fixing that and sharpening my skills with a bike that's better suited for me on the track. And hold on, we still have plans for the 14 S1000. And let's say it's not going to stay stock this weekend, so hopefully I'll get some footage of what I'm going to be doing to that motorcycle. So here we go, pulling into my humble abode here right now. And that will conclude my test moto vlog for tonight on this beautiful, beautiful night on a Ninja H2. Better shut this down before I piss off the dog and the neighbors. If I can find damn neutral. Come on, baby. I know you're there. Oh, so close. Oh, son of a... No, come on. There we go. There's neutral. Please and thank you. Let's lock the steering. We're going to store her outside tonight. New place I'm moving into will have inside storage for all our bikes. It's where we keep the bikes during the winter time. That's where we're moving to. Look at that. The tail tidy on it. Looks great. Bike Master LED turn signals so people can see me. Got the Heel Tech shift light, which you may have seen. Good night and subscribe.